So we are back. September 8th, 11:43 a.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 1. Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I'm sorry. I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No. I think I'll pass on this. I don't know, man. I think you should accept that offer. Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problem. Well, I had one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few more things? Roger that. Of course, I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name, and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name. This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back, and maybe it'll help. This is a business card. I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay. There are some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. Phoenix Wright business card added. I guess for now we should stop talking about me and start talking about this case. This case? Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? How can I tell you? Oh, what can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than an incident with that cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Hurry up and bring it to me. This must be very important. I must play classical music on it. Okay, Roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. Oh, that's gonna be a thing. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did. So where is the phone now? I gave it to you yesterday. Is it in my pocket? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... You were here all along. You're so mean. I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Not Maya. Now who the heck is this? Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And a good morning to you, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for the word worse than abysmal? Oh? And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya, to the rescue with the ultra decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick, the things you wanted me to bring. Huh? Oh, thanks. What is this list? It has about 20 numbers on it. It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good. No good, as in, there's a group of con artists. The police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. Names list added to the court record. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me. And where did you get this list from in the first place? What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of the phone Maggie found. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like yours. Actually, Mr. Wright is. Mr. Wright, recess is over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops, guess we have to get going. We could talk about you being old later, Nick. Wish us luck. Hey man, not that old. I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words. What is it, Mr. Payne? It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked that the court might be a bit lenient on it. There's no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness a drifter who was taking a walk in the park the day of the murder. Please state your name for the court, witness. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Huh? Oh, alright, go ahead. Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tainted the court's eyes and colored me wrongfully. Sure, I suppose calling me— what the— just settle death for the thought. Everything in my life is the most important, top quality. You understand I am merely looking for the perfect, top-notch, unbeatable, universal conceited. Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on. What is he, a human chatterbox? Bug. I have to question him. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university, first rate, only need to apply. Bro, calm down. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. That's enough. Your name, witness. No. Oh? Is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you got me all wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I forgive you, alright? I suppose I can give you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit. Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were strolling through the park, correct? It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with mommy. If you must know, I am. Anyways, please testify to the court what you saw during the walk. You said taking walkies. You know you. What you witnessed will do, what, Mr. Wellington? What I saw that day. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time at all, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. But I thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. That was certainly a decisive testimony. Decisive? Did you hear what he just said? Yeah, that's all you have to say. How can you be so calm? It's strange, my mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. You mean Maggie? Yes, and if she really is innocent, then there's only one thing I can do. This guy is lying. You might now start questioning. I'll find the truth, no matter what. Alright. What I saw that. I think it's the banana thing. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember it well. Young lady. Alright, let's press that real quick. The banana. Well, it was actually more than one, more like a bunch. Yeah, this is definitely an answer, but telling you what I saw, it's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about banana. There's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. And what if it's not a lie? Oh, maybe he thought he saw something similar. Okay, yeah, it's definitely the glove, if I remember correctly. Alright, let's get past this and then present the glove. Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't you think you could use this as a way to pull more information out of me? That's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Isn't that the baseball glove? Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not— it's a— No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness— that was banana. Bad eyesight? By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? Your Honor, it's very simple to mistake glove for a bunch of bananas. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to challenge Galileo, blah, blah, blah. You're too used to realize that the person you're sure at the end of the fact of the globe without bananas and for the fire, I think is room for that, don't you do? And that is why I asked you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Why are you not wearing your glasses today then? That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away, but you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them. How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You are an unrelenting, evil man. You're like those people who rejected Joan of Arc. She was brave and courageous, all the people horrible, right? Why she did wrong, shoot the gruesome bird, blah 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 blah. Which boils down to you. You were not wearing your glasses at the time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the crime scene and the defendant cannot be proven to be the same as this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing at the upper path. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime. What happened next? The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as I realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have had a lot of free time to show up their heads. Wait. Ah, gotcha. Easy clap. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone with about a superior brain like mine can understand that. That girl is the murderer. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. Okay, I think it's the time thing. The girl realized I was there. Reported crime to station. Present. Easy. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There is clearly a 15-minute gap here, don't you deny it? Ack! I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. Well, Mr. Wellington? Yes? Please explain yourself. What were you doing those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Telephone, I mean... Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your question as if you're trying to open all the layers of a... I'm not trying to pronounce that, doll. You must think you're really something special. Witness. I lost my cell phone there. Are you happy? You lost it? Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone? You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What, are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that all genius by rule after now since all my... I don't... blah blah blah. Enough! Oh man, wait. Hold on a second, he lost his cell phone? Nick, that cell phone could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do now? Question further. Mr. Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? No. Heh, what are you getting at? All excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my cell phone, I'll have you know. See? Here it is. Oh, I see. Looks like he's got his cell phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his. Okay, yeah, I remembered what the answer was here. Well, I think we cleared the issue at the time of the murder. But the lost, therefore, the delay in this call for search. Oh, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? There is something. Your Honor, the witness testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you? Objection! You can't make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof. Is it a phone or business card? I think it's a phone. Very simple. This is evidence that backs up my claim. And yet again, you have presented the course with an obtuse, meaningless item. Huh? It's obtuse and meaningless. I don't get you. Why do you think he wouldn't need to look for the phone in the first place? I was looking at the evidence and it just seemed, I thought, hey, you really didn't have to look for a phone. Then why don't you hurry up? Phone booth. Oh wait. I'm dumb. Is this one? The crime scene photo. Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture, but if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you. No! It's a phone booth. That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Urgh! Order. What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense? The witness can explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back, but Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. There's no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyways. But if he wasn't looking for his cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else. Was he? Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness... Yes. I think it was his glasses, right? Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that is your explanation. That if your explanation is persuasive, you'll be penalized. Please present the answer. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Mr. Wellington? What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Ah, where did you find? Gah, I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours! I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Order! Now, wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and search frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 50 minutes to make the call. Mr. Wright, are you indicating the witness as the real murderer? Of course, that is precisely what I'm doing. Okay. Whoa! This song is fire. I know I'm right. He is the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyways, now is our chance to deep fix this guy. I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah, this is so exciting, watching you work again. Somehow, my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order! Your Honor, the defense. The defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? That's your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. What? That's easy. For example, the name, the victim role. What about it? You mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? We already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie. and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would the person know her name was Maggie or Maggie? That is a good point. That witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial. Oh, I forgot. Was there any way this creep would have known Maggie's name beforehand? There was a way. He answered the phone call. It'd be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn her name, and the defendant's name was Maggie. How could the witness have known the defendant's name? I'm gonna guess a cell phone? Yeah, I'm gonna guess a cell phone. Well, Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? How did you? Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with. Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relationship between the witness's cell phone and the murderer? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for the phone. Is this yours? Oh, glad you called up. Meet up. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. That's when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if you knew was how her name sounded. Eek! Order. Objection. But Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present that he had a motive. Present. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here! What is this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found, and we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group. What? What con artist? Can you explain why these numbers were on your cell phone, Mr. Wellington? This is outrageous. Invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers of a person's phone is worse than crime than murder. You're one of those people. You're just like the cops who raided the brilliant artist. Disrupted the genius. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as myself? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering on the witness. Objective vote ruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have number? Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member of the group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No, this is too much. Or too much. That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer. Your Honor, what is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness. You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. Please let me think about the content of that phone call. Hello, this is her phone, yada yada. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anybody? That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this? Think outside the box. Maybe the slime ball. Thoughts, Mr. Wright? But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him. Well then, Mr. Wright, well, something... If I remember correctly, I think it was one of the profiles, right? What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim had gone on his date right after his shift was over, and no time to change, he was wearing the police officer's uniform. The girl that picked up was he couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the police officer would have a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they already run a check on his phone. Then he went into a panic, is what you're saying? Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Sounds a bit like in real life. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mrs. Wellington, are you? Impressive. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. The evidence! Oh, you've been waving around a suspicious cell phone, suspicious phone call, this suspicious card group that they're on that phone. But who's to say the phone is really mine? Where's the proof? Your evidence. You want proof that this phone is yours? I told you earlier. That phone I lost. I've already found it. You don't have even the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. You can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. It feels good to see you squirm. We do have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it without knowing that is meaningless as evidence? Your Honor. This bad I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. This cell phone. There has to be something I overlooked. Sword? No, because our phone is the one that has all the numbers. Fingerprints? I got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. That all over it? Bro, I'm an idiot. Ha 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 ha. It's so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to tell you? This phone is here, you see. Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. You must have glitched because of all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington? What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course, you have no idea what I'm talking about. ... Oh my, I remember. Beep. Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. Pa! So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free. I know this phone has to be his, but how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basement and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Haha. Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself, you're merely a third-rate lawyer with a third-rate deck. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? Who are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who am I? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let this go? Raise an objection. Hold it! Please wait, Your Honor. Alright, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more insane in any question. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well, but this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honor. Bro, calm down. I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention? I said that he could present one piece of evidence. Oh, now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. Please present one piece of evidence that will explain everything. Take that. Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Bruh. Your Honor, there's something very important about that card, and that is... I wrote my cell phone number on the back. Alright. The back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back. Huh? You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? But court is still in session. It's okay, you'll see. Okay, if you say so. It's the defendant preparing something, Mr. Wright. We're going to call my cell phone right now, and then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the stupid things, too. Ugh! What? Why is my phone? And what is with the stupid sounding ringtone? Beep. Mr. Wellington. Huh, how strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. Yeah, you're... Ah! No, I can't! By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say... When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one! Ha, you idiot. Look at him, cower in fear. Dang. Bro's dead. Dramatic music. So that is what happened. You are knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone, and in order to hide his involvement with the carnage group, he had become paranoid and had lost all ability to make rational judgments. Huh. Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding... It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? Ah, he was arrested and been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. Easy. Easy W. That is all. This court is adjourned. Too easy. Alright. Oh, I knew that Rio you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of food. God damn. Felt at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost, god damn, and I've never won or even tied a, jeez. But strange disaster, that's pretty bad. Up until now, I went to college, I was known as the goddess of misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless. What's worse is that my misfortunes always seem to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I say in trouble, I always try to help. Ah, that's right, you were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently too, sir. There's an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand, and before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh? I'm sure that dusting got because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. This is your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. Next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name. You bet I'm gonna make it. I promise next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. And thanks. You take care of yourselves too. What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little bit fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. This might sound bad, but who are you? I thought you said your memory's back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Oh no, not the anime flashbacks. Detective Gumshoe, he's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also been a good ally during those other times, and he's hot. The judge, he's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions, but in the end, he always comes with the right verdict because of our gameplay. Mr. Irrelevant. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else. Goddamn. And this girl, Maya, you finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example, Earth to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yes, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh? Well, I'm back, so it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. Oh, the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the beginning. Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. The end. Alright, that was actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie. A brand new episode has been added. Get my progress? Oh, of course I will. And with that, thanks for another episode and see you all next time.